Stocks and bonds. You've heard that phrase your whole life. The two big building blocks of most portfolios. Most folks get the stocks part, but bonds, they stay a little fuzzy. So let's fix that. What is a bond really? Simplest way to think about it. When you own a stock, you're an owner. You own a slice of a business. A bond flips that. When you own a bond, you're the lender. You're playing the role of the bank. You're loaning your money to a corporation or a government, and in return, they promise to pay you back over time with interest. Owner versus lender. That's the whole foundation. Well, how much interest do they pay you? That comes down to creditworthiness. Same idea as a mortgage. Apply for a home loan and a rock-solid borrower gets a lower rate. A riskier one pays more. Bonds work the same way. A stable borrower like the U.S. government or a blue-chip company pays a lower rate because they're very likely to pay you back. A shakier borrower has to offer a higher rate to make the loan worth it to you. You're being paid for the risk you take. So why have bonds been a portfolio fixture for generations? Two big reasons. The first is income, those regular interest payments. And the second is ballast. When stocks hit a rough stretch, bonds have often held steadier, cushioning the whole portfolio. Steady, predictable, a little boring. And in investing, boring can be beautiful. Now, the part that trips people up. Interest rates and bond prices move on a seesaw, opposite directions. Picture it. You own a bond paying 4%, then new bonds come out paying 5%. Suddenly, your 4% bond looks less attractive. So if you sold it, you'd get less for it. Its price drops. So when rates go up, existing bond prices go down, and vice versa. That inverse relationship is the single most important thing to understand about how bonds behave. Well, why are bonds generally considered safer than stocks? Again, two reasons. If a company hits trouble, bondholders, the lenders, get paid before stockholders, and that steady income makes for a less bumpy ride. But safer doesn't mean risk-free. A borrower can default, rising rates can ding a bond's price, and inflation can eat into that fixed income. Lower risk, not no risk. So, where do bonds fit for us? They can play a role in what we call the low volatility sleeve of our all-weather approach, the part designed to steady the ride. But we don't stop at bonds. We also use other asset classes, things like currencies, mortgages, and managed alternatives that can behave differently from stocks and bonds, aiming for that same low volatility quality, but with more growth potential than bonds alone. Each carries its own risks, but the goal isn't to avoid every storm, it's to build a portfolio that's ready for them. Bottom line, a stock makes you an owner, a bond makes you the bank. Both have a job to do, and how much of each and what else belongs inside them is what a real plan figures out. Got a retirement question? Drop it in the comments. That's what Ask Jose is all about. I'll see you soon.